This is not a suggestion, it is law. It is the hidden code of creation itself. You have been told to ask, but how do you ask the universe in a way that compels it to respond swiftly, precisely, and powerfully? You ask with knowing, not with desperation, not with fear, not with begging, but with calm, confident stillness. You say, "It is done," not, "Can I have it?" not, "Will you give it to me someday?" You say, "It is already mine." The secret is this: the universe does not hear your words. It hears your state. It reads your being. When you ask, you must become the one who already has. You must clothe yourself in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You must sit in the silence and walk in your imagination as though what you ask for is already yours. This is not imagination for fantasy's sake. This is creation, divine creation. If you desire love, feel love now. If you desire wealth, walk as one who is already rich in mind. If you desire freedom, move in this world with the confidence of the liberated. Do not wait to see it before you believe it. Believe it and you will surely see it. Ask the universe like this: show me what it feels like to be whole. Show me what it feels like to be chosen. Show me what it feels like to be powerful, prosperous, and overflowing with joy. And when you ask this way with conviction, the universe will not hesitate. It is bound by law to reflect your inner world. You are not asking something outside yourself. You are awakening something within. All things exist. All realities are now. What you seek is already done. Your only task is to shift your awareness, to change the channel, to occupy the state. You do not beg the universe. You declare boldly. The moment you drop to your knees in desperate plea, you proclaim to the unseen world that you are separate from your desire. And so the law, impartial and perfect, reflects back to you more of that separation. The universe is not moved by desperation, nor does it respond to lack. It echoes your inner conviction, your state of being. Therefore, when you ask, you must not plead, must assume. Assumption is not wishful thinking. It is not a fleeting hope. Assumption is a knowing, an inner certainty that what you have imagined is already yours. It is the spiritual posture of possession. When you declare a thing boldly, when you rise in the stillness of your own soul and say, "It is done," you are aligning with the very nature of creation. All things come to those who already have in consciousness. This is the hidden key the world has missed. People cry out in pain, asking for change, ask for signs, asking for help. Yet they do so while identifying themselves with the very absence of what they desire. They pray for love while feeling unlovable. They ask for wealth while identifying as poor. They plead for healing while wrapping themselves in the cloak of sickness. And then they wonder why the universe is silent. But hear this truth. The moment you assume the feeling of already having, the universe begins to reorganize itself to reflect that assumption. This is not magic, it is law. The law of consciousness is absolute. What you believe yourself to be inwardly, you will see reflected outwardly. The world is but a mirror and it does not lie. It shows you what you believe, not what you want. Speak as one who has already received. When you ask, do so with authority, with a quiet confidence that does not flinch when the physical world shows the opposite. That is the test. Can you persist in the feeling of fulfillment even while the senses scream lack? Can you maintain the assumption when there is no evidence except your inner knowing? This is the difference between those who manifest quickly and those who wait endlessly. The former knows that the invisible is more real than the visible. They know that reality begins in the imagination. They know that every outer circumstance is only the shadow of a deeper inner truth, so they do not react. They do not beg. They decide. And in deciding, they align with the nature of the divine. Creation is finished. All that you could ever desire already exists, not in some distant place or future, but now in the invisible realm of spirit. The door is imagination and the key is assumption. Walk through boldly. Assume the state of the one who already has and the world will conform. The moment you say, I am, you create. Say, I am prosperous. Say, I am loved. Say, I am whole. And then feel it. Not from the lips, but from the heart. You will know when it's real because you'll feel the peace of possession. You'll stop seeking because you've already found it within. This is how the universe works. It answers your assumption, not your voice. It delivers what you believe, not what you beg for. So ask, but ask as one who knows. Declare boldly and do not waver. In that state of quiet confidence, all things shall be added unto you. The only true prayer is feeling, not the words you speak, not the rituals you follow, not the length of your request. It is the feeling that carries the power. You may speak the most eloquent phrases, recite sacred texts, or repeat affirmations 1,000 times. But if your inner state contradicts your words, nothing changes. The universe does not respond to your mouth. It responds to your soul. And your soul speaks in feeling. Feeling is the secret doorway to manifestation. It is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the internal and the external. When your feeling matches the reality you desire, you collapse the space between imagination and fact. The world around you begins to bend, shift, and rearrange to reflect the truth you hold within. This is why people can speak constantly of success and yet remain in lack. Because their inner feeling whispers doubt. They say they believe, but they feel fear. And it is the feeling, not the words, that the universe obeys. The law is impersonal, unchanging, and absolute. If you feel lack, even while saying, I am rich, you will experience more lack. If you feel unworthy, even while declaring, I am loved, you will continue to live out the echo of rejection. But if you drop every word and sink into the quiet certainty of fulfillment, if you can feel rich, whole, and loved now, you are in alignment with the end. And the end always creates the means. This is why silence is often more powerful than speech. In the silence, you can enter the stillness of your own being and ask not with your mouth, but with your heart. You close your eyes, breathe deep, and imagine the thing you desire not as a distant hope, but as a present reality. You feel the weight of it, the warmth of it, the joy of it. And in that sacred moment, you become one with your desire. That is prayer. That is creation. Do not be fooled by appearances. Do not wait for the outer world to give you permission to feel the inner reality. It is not, I will feel successful when I have success. It is, I feel successful now and therefore success comes. The cause is always internal. The effect follows. Train yourself to feel your prayer before it is visible. Train yourself to move past the noise of doubt and sink into the stillness of knowing. Your feeling is the signal. It is the vibration you send out into the field of infinite potential, and it always returns in form. The outer world is your mirror. It reflects not your words, but your dominant emotional state. So when you pray, do not worry about the right phrases. Do not fret over whether you are saying it correctly. Go deeper. Ask yourself, how would I feel if it were already done? And then feel it. Stay there. Live there. That is the true prayer. That is the moment creation begins. And once you have touched that feeling, hold it, nurture it. Walk through the world not as one who is seeking, but as one who has already received. Because in truth, once you've felt it, once you've become it within, it is already yours. The outer must obey the inner, always. Imagination is the sacred temple of creation. It is not a place of idle dreams or fleeting fantasies. It is the workshop of reality, the holy ground where the invisible becomes visible. All things begin first in the imagination. Every building, every invention, every movement, every transformation in your life was first conceived as a thought, felt as a possibility, and then shaped into form. When you understand the power of your imagination, you understand the power of creation itself. What you vividly imagine and feel as real will harden into fact. This is not a poetic suggestion, it is a law. The imagination, fused with feeling, becomes the architect of your world. Whatever you accept as true in your inner world Whatever you see clearly and emotionally experience as done will move into form. It must. The outer world cannot help but reflect the inner state. Imagination is not just a private escape. It is the divine tool you were given to shape the course of your life. But most people misuse this gift. They imagine worst-case scenarios. They rehearse failure. They picture rejection, conflict, poverty, loss. And because they do so with strong emotion, those things become their experience. They think the imagination is just daydreaming, unaware that they are planting seeds that will grow into reality. You cannot imagine consistently with dread and expect joy. You cannot feel unworthy in your vision and expect to be treated with value. Your world responds not to what you want, but to what you imagine and feel as true. To use imagination rightly is to become deliberate in your vision. It is to quiet the senses and enter the state where you see and feel from the end. You do not simply see the thing you desire. You see yourself in the experience of it. You feel it as if it is happening now. You do not wish for change. You assume it has already occurred. This is the sacred act. This is true worship. To sit silently and feel the reality of your desired state, to become it inwardly, and to know that this inner transformation must find its counterpart in the world around you. You do not need to know how it will come. You do not need to manipulate the outer world. You only need to persist in the assumption of your imagined reality. Remain faithful to it. Return to it often. Let it live in you. The longer you dwell in that state, the more naturally your outer world will conform to it. The universe reorders itself around the dominant imagery of your inner being. What you accept as true within, you will live without. This is why imagination must be sacred. You must protect it from fear, from doubt, from the pollution of other people's limitations. Guard your mind as you would guard a precious temple, for within it lives the power to transfer area of your life. You are not subject to the world. The world is subject to your inner vision. The moment you feel something real in imagination, you have already created it. It is finished. You need only walk through the bridge of incidents that will carry you there. You will be led, people will appear, opportunities will rise, doors will open, not because you chase them, but because you align with them inwardly. Imagination fused with feeling is the divine language of creation. Use it not to escape, but to design, not to wish, but to become. Stand in your mind's eye as the person you desire to be. Feel the joy, the relief, the gratitude of having it now. That is the sacred moment. That is creation. And the world will respond, as it always does, to the vision you have dared to believe. Your inner conversations shape your world. Every moment, whether you realize it or not, you are engaged in a silent dialogue with yourself. These thoughts are not idle. They are not private musings that vanish into nothingness. They are the seeds of your reality. The way you speak to yourself, the tone you use, the assumptions you carry within your internal dialogue, these become the blueprint for your outer experience. The world you see is the echo of what you say inwardly, repeated again and again. You may speak kindly to others, smile on the outside, and say all the right things in public. But if your inner conversation is one of self-doubt, fear, or unworthiness, that is what will manifest. The universe does not respond to appearances, does not hear your voice. It hears your belief. And belief is formed by repetition. Belief is carved through the steady rhythm of inner speech. The dialogue that runs through your mind day and night becomes the script your life follows. You cannot say to yourself, "I'll never succeed," and then expect to succeed. You cannot entertain thoughts of failure and then wonder why doors don't open. It is not punishment, it is reflection. The law of consciousness works perfectly. Whatever you accept and rehearse inwardly is impressed upon your subconscious and then expressed in the world. Life is always listening to what you say when no one else can hear you. This is why you must become aware. Watch the dialogue within. It is always creating. Begin to notice the tone of your self-talk. Are you encouraging or critical? Do you speak with faith or fear? Are you imagining the best or anticipating the worst? These are not harmless musings, they are creative acts. They are invitations to the universe to send you more of the same. You must become the master of your inner world, not through force, but through awareness. The moment you catch yourself speaking limitations, stop. Do not school yourself, simply revise it. If you hear yourself say, "Nothing ever works out for me," gently replace it with, "Everything is working out in my favor." Say it until it feels natural. Say it until it becomes familiar. Say it until it becomes true in your world. Your mind is pliable. It will believe what you consistently affirm. You can teach it to speak the language of victory. You can train it to repeat what is noble, powerful, and uplifting. And once your inner world changes, your outer world will follow. This is not hopeful thinking, it is spiritual law. The greatest changes in life happen not when the world shifts, but when your self-talk does. When you begin to speak to yourself as one who is worthy, loved, capable, and favored, you begin to live that truth. Opportunities arise, relationships improve, confidence grows, not because the world suddenly got better, but because you became better inwardly. The world has no choice but to mirror your transformation. Your imagination is the stage, your inner words are the script, and your life is the performance. Speak deliberately. Let every word you say within be one of power and truth. Do not wait for external change to speak differently. Speak differently and the change will come. You are always creating. Even in silence, you are shaping. Choose your words well. Let your inner dialogue be the voice of the version of you that already has what you desire. Speak as the healed, the loved, the successful, the abundant. Speak with faith, with joy, with conviction. And when you do, the world will rise to meet you in that same frequency. First, for the outer is nothing but the projection of the inner. Change your inner conversation and you change your life. Time is an illusion. Manifestation happens now. The mind, conditioned by the senses, believes that things unfold in a linear sequence, past, present, and future. Both lies deeper. In the realm of consciousness, all things exist now. What you call the future is not ahead of you. It is here, existing in the unseen, waiting for you to recognize it, claim it, and bring it forth into form. You do not manifest by waiting. You manifest by aligning. There is only one moment, and it is always now. When you imagine something happening, and you feel the truth of it deeply within you, you collapse the illusion of time. You are not hoping for something later. You are experiencing it now in consciousness. And that now becomes the seed of the physical reality to come. If you keep projecting your desire into the future, saying someday or when you push it away, you are telling your subconscious that it does not yet exist. But the moment you dwell in it emotionally, the moment you feel it as already done, you bring it into your present awareness. And what is felt as real will be made real. Everything is already finished. Creation is complete. You are not bringing something new into existence. You are selecting from infinite realities the one you choose to occupy, that version of you who already has the love, the wealth, the peace, the freedom. It exists now. You don't have to earn it or find it. You must identify with it. Step into it. Feel the truth of it. Live in that version of you inwardly. This is how you call it from the invisible to the visible. Most people wait to feel the joy until the thing comes. They say, when I have the money, I'll feel secure. When I have the relationship, I'll feel love. When I succeed, I'll feel worthy. But that is reversed. You must feel the security first. You must feel the love now. You must feel the worthiness before the evidence appears. This is not deception. This is alignment. This is living by the Spirit, not by the senses. The senses will always confirm what is, but imagination reveals what can be, and feeling makes it so. Time is illusion, then you must withdraw your attention from the calendar, the clock, the waiting. You must understand that the only thing separating you from your desire is your own belief that is not here. The moment you release that belief, the moment you move into the feeling that it is here, you begin to witness bridges of events that bring it into view, not because you chased it, but because you became one with it. This mental trick has no optimal step. Be born, awake, be bounded, be calm, be mindful. Let this be your practice. Sit in stillness, close your eyes, and enter the scene where your desire is fulfilled. Make it vivid, make it rich. Hear the sounds, see the details, but above all, feel the emotion. Feel the gratitude, the relief, the joy of it being yours now, not tomorrow, not next week now. Dwell in that feeling as long as you can. That is your prayer, that ring. That is the command to the universe. You do not manifest by effort. You manifest by assumption, and assumption is a present tense act. When you believe something is yours now, your behavior changes, your vibration changes, your energy shifts. The world responds not to your words, but to your state of being, and your state of being is shaped by what you feel to be true now. To manifest your desire, you must become the version of yourself who already possesses it. You must embody the frequency of that fulfilled state. You cannot remain as the one who is waiting, doubting, hoping, and expect the reality of success, love, or abundance to come to you. You must shift into the state where you are no longer seeking it. You are living it inwardly and emotionally. This is the sacred art of aligning not with effort, but with identity. If you desire peace, become peaceful. If you desire love, become loving. If you desire wealth, become the one who already knows what it feels like to be secure, provided for, and free. This inner shift is the true work of manifestation. When you stop chasing the thing and instead embody the state, the thing must come. It has no choice, it is law. Many believe they can fake this process, pretending on the surface, while deep inside still feeling separate from their desire. But the universe is not fooled by appearances. It does not respond to words or performance. It responds to vibration, your emotion, your assumptions, your felt reality. That is why becoming is so powerful. You are not trying to get something, you are returning to the version of you where that something already exists. This version of you is not imaginary, it is real. It lives in the unseen, in the infinite field of possibility. And the more you dwell in that state, through imagination, through feeling, through repetition, the more it crystallizes into form. You do not need to push or control anything. The outer world organizes itself to reflect the change within you. It is not your effort that moves mountains, it is your being. So ask yourself, who would I be if I already had what I desire? How would I think? How would I walk? What would I feel day to day, moment to moment? That version of you is the key. Begin to step into that role as you would a well-worn coat. Let it feel natural. Let it feel familiar. Rehearse it in your mind, not once or twice, but until it becomes second nature. The more you become it, the faster the outer world confirms it. This is why some manifest quickly and others not at all. Those who receive swiftly have made no gap between who they are and what they desire. They walk in the state as if it were already true. They do not question it. They do not look for signs or ask when it will arrive. They live it now. And because they live it, they draw it in effortlessly. You are not separate from your dream. You are not lacking. You are not waiting. The moment you decide to be the one who has, life must respond in kind. Everything shifts around the one who has shifted within. That is how the unseen becomes seen. That is how desires become reality, not by hoping, but by being. Yeah. You are not here to beg the universe. You are here to remember that you are the universe in motion. Your every assumption, your every feeling, your every inner word is creating. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. You were never meant to chase your dreams. You were meant to become the version of you who already lives them. When you understand this truth, you stop reaching outward and begin turning inward. You no longer wait, you embody. You no longer plead, you declare. Your imagination becomes your sanctuary, your feelings become your prayer, and your world becomes the mirror of your awakened state. So ask the universe, not with desperation, but with conviction, not with fear, but with fullness. Become the one who already has, and the world will bow in reflection. Because the moment you shift your being, the universe shifts with you. As we embark on this journey together, I ask you to open your minds and hearts to the infinite possibilities that surround us at every moment. For in truth, the universe is not some distant, abstract concept, but the very essence of our being, the source from which all things flow. Imagine, if you will, that you are standing on the shore of a vast ocean. The waves crash against the sand, each one unique, yet part of the greater whole. This ocean, my dear friends, is the universe's infinite, powerful, and ever-present universe. And you are not separate from this ocean, but a vital part of it. You are, in essence, a drop of water that contains within it the entire ocean. Now let us delve deeper into this concept of trusting the universe. Many of you may have been taught to strive, to struggle, to fight against the currents of life. But I say to you, this struggle is unnecessary, for when you truly understand your place in the grand tapestry of existence, you will see that the universe is not something to be conquered, but a loving, abundant force that is always working in your favor. Consider for a moment the natural world around us. Does the acorn struggle to become an oak tree? Does the caterpillar fight against its transformation into a butterfly? You know, my friends, these miracles of nature unfold effortlessly, guided by an innate intelligence that knows exactly what is needed for growth and transformation. And so it is with you. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, knows precisely what you need at every moment of your existence. Your task, then, is not to struggle or strive, but to align yourself with this universal intelligence, to open yourself to receive the abundance that is your birthright. But how, you may ask, do we cultivate this trust in the universe? The answer, my dear friends, lies within you. It is through the power of your imagination, your consciousness, that you can tap into the limitless potential of the universe. Wayne, whose teachings have inspired countless individuals to realize their true potential, often spoke of the power of imagination. He said, imagination is the very gateway of reality. And indeed, it is through our imagination that we can bridge the gap between our current circumstances and our deepest desires. When you trust the universe to give you what you need, you are essentially acknowledging that your imagination, your consciousness, is the creative force through which all things come into being. This is not mere positive thinking or wishful daydreaming. No, this is a profound understanding of the nature of reality itself. Consider for a moment your own life experiences. How many times have you worried about a future event, only to find that when the moment arrived, everything unfolded perfectly? How often have you received exactly what you needed, precisely when you needed it, sometimes in ways you could never have anticipated? These are not coincidences, my friends. These are manifestations of the universe responding to your deepest needs and desires. When you trust in this process, when you align your consciousness with the infinite intelligence of the universe, you open yourself to a flow of abundance that knows no bounds. But trust, like any skill, must be cultivated. It requires practice, patience, and above all, a willingness to let go of the illusion of control. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that we must micromanage every aspect of our lives, that we must plan for every contingency and guard against every possible misfortune. But I say to you, this constant state of anxiety and hypervigilance is not only unnecessary, it actually blocks the very blessings you seek. When you are constantly trying to control outcomes, you are essentially telling the universe that you don't trust its wisdom. You are saying, I know better than the infinite intelligence that created and sustains. Can you see the folly in this thinking? Can you feel the exhaustion that comes from trying to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders? My dear friends, I invite you now to release this burden. Take a deep breath and feel the relief that comes with surrendering to a higher power, a power that knows your needs even before you do. This surrender, this trust is not passive. It's not about sitting idly by and waiting for good things to fall into your lap. No, trusting the universe is an active process, one that requires you to cultivate a state of consciousness aligned with your deepest desires. Wayne taught that the key to manifesting our desires lies in assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. In other words, to trust the universe to give you what you need, you must first feel as though you already have it. This may seem counterintuitive at first, but it is a profound truth that has the power to transform your reality. Let me give you an example. Suppose you desire financial abundance. Instead of focusing on your current lack, instead of worrying about bills or debts, you would assume the feeling of already being financially secure. You would walk, talk, and carry yourself as someone who has all their financial needs met. You would feel the relief, the joy, the freedom that comes with abundance. As you maintain this state of consciousness, as you live from the end, as Wayne would say, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance. And the universe, responding to this alignment, begins to rearrange circumstances in your favor. Opportunities arise. Unexpected windfalls occur. Solutions present themselves, all because you have tuned yourself to the frequency of abundance. This principle applies to every aspect of your life: relationships, career, health, personal growth. Whatever it is you need, whatever it is you desire, assume the feeling of already having it. Live from that state of fulfillment and watch as the universe conspires to make it your reality. But my dear friends, I must caution you. This is not about trying to control specific outcomes or manipulate events to your liking. True trust in the universe involves surrendering your limited perspective to a higher wisdom. It means being open to receiving what you need, even if it doesn't come in the package you expected. Often, the universe has plans for us that far exceed our own limited imaginings. When you trust the universe to give you what you need, you open yourself to possibilities beyond your current comprehension. You allow miracles to enter your life. Think back to times in your life when things didn't go as you planned, when you faced disappointments or setbacks. In the moment, these experiences may have seemed devastating, but looking back, can you see how they led you to where you are now? Can you recognize the growth, the lessons, the unexpected blessings that came from those challenges? This is the wisdom of the universe at work. It sees the bigger picture, the grand tapestry of your life, in ways that your limited human perspective cannot. When you trust in this wisdom, when you surrender to its guidance, you align yourself with a power that can transform your life in ways you never thought possible. But trust, my friends, is not always easy. In a world that often seems chaotic and unpredictable, it can be tempting to fall back into patterns of fear and control. This is why it's crucial to cultivate practices that reinforce your trust in the universe. One powerful practice is gratitude. When you focus on all the ways the universe has already provided for you, you strengthen your faith in its continued support. Take time each day to acknowledge the blessings in your life, both big and small. Feel the abundance that already surrounds you. This state of appreciation aligns you with the frequency of receiving, opening you to even greater blessings. Another powerful practice is meditation or contemplation. Take time each day to quiet your mind, to step away from the constant chatter of your thoughts, and connect with the deeper wisdom within you. In these moments of stillness, you can tap into the infinite intelligence of the universe, receiving guidance and inspiration that can lead you to your highest good. Meditation is another tool that can help you strengthen your trust in the universe. Spend time each day visualizing your desires as already fulfilled. See yourself living the life you want, feeling the emotions associated with having your needs met. This isn't about forcing outcomes, but about aligning your consciousness with the reality you wish to experience. As you engage in these practices, you may find that your perception of the world begins to shift. You may start to notice synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem to guide you towards your goals. You may find that doors open unexpectedly, that the right people and opportunities show up at just the right time. These experiences are not random chance, my friends. They're manifestations of your growing alignment with the universe. They're signs that you are tuning into the frequency of abundance and allowing it to flow into your life. But remember, trusting the universe doesn't mean that challenges will never arise. Life by its very nature involves cycles of growth and change. There will be times when you face obstacles, when your faith is tested. It is in these moments that your trust in the universe becomes most crucial. When you encounter difficulties, instead of seeing them as evidence that the universe has abandoned you, recognize them as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what is the situation trying to teach me? How is this challenge preparing me for my next level of growth? By maintaining your trust, even in the face of adversity, you demonstrate your faith in the higher wisdom of the universe. And often it is through these very challenges that the greatest blessings enter your life. Consider the analogy of a gardener planting seeds. The gardener doesn't dig up the seeds every day to check on their progress. Instead, they trust in the natural process of growth. They provide the right conditions, water, sunlight, nutrients, and then allow nature to do its work. Your relationship with the universe is similar. You plant the seeds of your desires through your imagination and your aligned actions. You nurture these seeds through your trust and your positive expectation. And then you allow the universe to bring these desires to fruition in its own time and way. This process requires patience and faith. Just as a seed needs time to germinate and grow before it breaks through the soil, your desires may take time to manifest in your physical reality, but trust that beneath the surface, powerful forces are at work, arranging circumstances in your favor. As you deepen your trust in the universe, you may find that your desires themselves begin to shift. You may discover that what you truly need is not always what you initially thought you wanted. This is the universe's wisdom at work, guiding you towards your highest good. For example, you may think you need a specific job or relationship, only to find that the universe has something even better in store for you. By remaining open and trusting, you allow yourself to receive blessings beyond your current imagination. This trust also frees you from the burden of trying to control every aspect of your life. When you know that the universe is working in your favor, you can relax into the flow of life. You can enjoy the present moment, knowing that your needs are being met and your desires are unfolding in divine timing. This state of trust and allowance is your natural state. It is the state of being that allows miracles to enter your life. When you release resistance and align with the flow of the universe, you become a conduit for infinite possibilities. Imagine for a moment a life lived in complete trust of the universe. Imagine waking up each day with a sense of excitement and anticipation, knowing that wonderful things are unfolding for you. Imagine facing challenges with calm and confidence, knowing that there are opportunities for growth and that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. This, my dear friends, is the life that is available to you when you trust the universe to give you what you need. It is a life of joy, of abundance. It is a life where you are co-creating with the infinite intelligence of the universe, bringing your unique gifts and talents to the world in service of the highest good. But remember, this trust is not something that is given to you. It is a choice you make moment by moment. It is a practice that you cultivate daily. Each time you choose trust over fear, each time you choose faith over doubt, you strengthen your connection to the universe and open yourself to greater blessings. As we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a powerful exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs, nourishing every cell of your body. As you exhale, release any doubts or fears you may be holding. Now imagine a bright light at the center of your being. This light represents your connection to the universe, to the source of all creation. See this light growing brighter and brighter, expanding to fill your entire body. Feel the warmth, the love, the infinite wisdom of the universe flowing through you. As this light expands, see it extending beyond your physical body, creating a radiant aura around you. This is your field of infinite possibilities. Within this field, anything is possible. Any need can be met, any desire fulfilled. Now bring to mind something you need or desire. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Feel the emotions associated with having this need met or desire fulfilled. Allow yourself to fully experience the joy, the gratitude, the sense of fulfillment. As you hold this feeling, affirm to yourself, I trust the universe to give me what I need. I'm open to receiving blessings beyond my imagination. All is well, and all my needs are met abundantly. Feel the truth of these words resonating in every cell of your body. Know that as you maintain this state of trust and allowance, the universe is already working to bring your desires into manifestation. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes, carrying this feeling of trust and connection with you. My dear friends, as we conclude our time together, I want to remind you that the universe is not something separate from you. It is the very essence of your being. When you trust the universe, you are trusting in the highest, wisest part of yourself. Go forth from here with the knowledge that you are infinitely supported, infinitely loved. Trust in the wisdom of the universe and watch as miracles unfold in your life. For when you align yourself with the infinite intelligence that creates and sustains all of existence, there is truly no limit to what you can be, do, or have. Remember, the universe is always saying yes to you, is always responding to your dominant thoughts and feelings. So choose thoughts of abundance, of joy, of love. Feel the emotions of having your desires fulfilled. Live from the end, as if your needs are already met. As you practice this trust, as you live in alignment with the universe, you become a beacon of light in the world. Your trust, your faith, your joy becomes contagious, inspiring others to open themselves to the abundance of the universe. And so, my dear friends, I challenge you to make trust your default state. When doubts arise, when fears threaten to overwhelm you, return to this truth. The universe knows what you need is always working in your favor. Trust in its wisdom, trust in its timing, trust in its infinite love for you. For when you trust the universe to give you what you need, you open yourself to a life beyond your wildest dreams. Go now and live in this trust. Embrace the adventure of life, knowing that you're always supported, always guided, always loved. The universe is waiting to shower you with blessings. All you need to do is open your arms and receive. Thank you, my dear friends, for your presence, your attention, and your willingness to embrace this profound truth. May your lives be filled with wonder, with joy, and with the miraculous unfolding of your deepest desires. Trust the universe and watch as your world transforms before your very eyes. And remember, in the words of Neva Goddard, your assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So persist in your assumption of trust, of abundance, of love, and watch as these become the facts of your life. You part ways. Carry this message in your heart. You are the operant power in your world. Your consciousness, aligned with the wisdom of the universe, has the power to shape your reality in magnificent ways. Trust in this power. Trust in yourself. Trust in the universe. For in this trust lies the key to a life of true fulfillment, of boundless joy, of infinite possibilities. Go forth and claim this life, my friends. It is your birthright. It is your destiny. It is the gift that the universe is waiting to bestow upon you. Trust, receive, trust, and become. Trust and transform your world. Thank you, and may the infinite wisdom and love of the universe guide you always.